Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today happens to be Easter Sunday, so happy Easter to all those who celebrate. I love this day because even though I'm trying to do a daily reminder and practice on who we truly are, it's nice to have a holiday as an additional reminder of the light that we are. I don't go to church, but I do go to like an Easter service on the beach, which is incredible. And the sermon was kind of about like, don't forget who you are and why we are here. And this whole week, with everything that's been going on in my physical reality, has been pushing me to not forget the light that we are. Things could look really dark at times, and we can feel that darkness from within, assuming we are sinners and guilty and shameful. Mistakes that could have been avoided, things that we self-imposed, errors in judgment. And although those things may occur, it's not real in the sense of what you are. And please do not forget that what you do is not what you are. And we are all composed of light and dark. That is our natural makeup. And we are aware that both exist. It's our shadow selves, because we always have an ego. So it is there. But continuing to practice the awareness of the truth, which is your light, you can easily just flip the coin over. The darkness is there. It's there. And, sometimes I use the analogy of like wafting away, but it comes back, but you can just continue to waft because it is there. It's our shadow side. It is our ego, and it's not such a bad, evil thing. It can evolve into that if you really feed into it. But that is also that we can undo that as well. But last night I even did like an activation meditation, and it was about bringing up all of the darkness and then flipping that over, two sides of the same coin. And the light is right there. It is right there, ready to shine on you, because it's there. It just might be dimmed out because of what we choose to focus on. But in addition to all of this, we have to appreciate the shadow side of ourselves and icky stuff that comes into our life, because we need those moments to really focus on what it is we do want. And then that's when our minds come in strong to create the reality, and we can miscreate by focusing on things that we don't want. So we're going to end up creating the things we don't want, because God and universe, as a mirror reflection, only see the focal point, not the want or do not want part of it. And when we say, oh, that doesn't feel good, I'm going to stop feeding into that, and you just switch it and say, I'm going to go this way now because I needed to feel that to know, oh, that's not what I want. It's not who I am. And then you become a better sifter of your thoughts, a better focuser, and it's always a stark reminder that you are light, and you can just flip that coin around. And usually when things are happening around you, whether it's self-inflicted or self-sabotaging, meaning you made a choice knowing the risks, right, and did it anyways, which happens, we're human, or you did not expect to manifest what you did, but based on feelings that were going on within, probably affected your vibration around, also your focus, and you end up miscreating. That's okay too. Everything is learning, and right after that period of learning is the growth. And there is just no way there could be any evolution without both. So if you are feeling somehow really just discontented, or have like lack of faith, thinking that you deserve some sort of karma that you are getting, throw it out. You are deserving of the healing, the learning, and the healing and the growth that takes place. But it is a choice if you want to heal whatever has kind of been blocking you. It's a choice. And if you choose not to, that's okay. You know, God and Source, Universe, they're all still standing by you saying, okay, well, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. Whenever you decide to make a course correction, we are going to support you. We're actually supporting you over here, but the further you get away from us and turn your back to us, it's harder for us to get to you, but we are still here. We are not turning our backs on you, ever. And know that. That's how loved you are. In fact, you're loved even stronger and harder and just more intensely by Source when you do turn your back on them, because they know the ones that are getting further away from them need them more than ever. But we all have free will, and we can absolutely block out the light and absolutely block out the support from the universe, Source, God, Christ. We can do it because we do have free will. And that's how much God loves you, that they will allow you to do that. So you do have that freedom. That's how much they love you, that they will allow you to make your mistakes as well. But they're still not judging you. They are still not turning their back on you. This idea of resurrecting, the resurrection and rising from the ashes, is knowing that you are permanently light. And no matter what happens to the body, whether it is financial, physical health, broken heart, natural disasters, no matter what, even death, your spirit will never die. And that's this force that you got to understand. If you are having this will and conviction to do this type of work, I'm not going to be blasting you if it has to be this. No, there are so many vehicles. If you have the conviction, though, to really feel this and get this and connect and join in the love that is being shown on you all day, every day, you will get there. And sometimes it will feel like a battle, and sometimes you're going to want to give up. And I'm here to tell you, don't. You are the light. I don't care what mistakes you've made, even if they're bad. more you need to hear this from as many. So, because if you're not telling yourself, well, then we're here to tell you, you are light. And we want you to get that into your thick skull. And eventually, hopefully, there will be such an awakening, and hopefully not in the most disastrous way, because sometimes we need our awakenings at rock bottom. And even rock bottom is a blessing. It's all a blessing and a miracle when you make the choice to say, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. And that's my sermon for Easter. So we are on lesson 95 in the workbook for students for A Course in Miracles. Ta-da! Okay. I am one self united with my Creator. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one within yourself and one with Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. You do not accept this and you fail to realize it must be so only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separate from God and tenuously held together by its erratic and capricious maker to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. Oh, I think they're talking about the ego. This is definitely when, and you know the feeling of when you are praying to the ego and not to the God that created you. It does not understand you are the Son of God, that it is your ego. For it is senseless and understands nothing. We will attempt today to be aware only of what you can hear and see and what makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises towards reaching your one self, capital S, self, which is united with its Creator. In patience and in hope, we try again today. Spirit ain't letting you off the hook. We just go again. Here we are again. Let's keep going. We'll keep at it until it sticks. The use of the first 5 minutes of every waking hour for practicing the idea for the day has special advantages at the stage of learning in which you are at present. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander if it undertakes extended practice. You have surely realized this by now. You have seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and of your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantages for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustained attention, you must also have noticed that unless you are reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget about it for long periods of time. We have such amnesia, man. Short-term memories. You often fail. This is why we're doing this. This is a mind training. It's a mind training. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you have not yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. Structure then is necessary for you at this time. Plan to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice in salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily defended against learning. We will therefore keep to the 5 minutes an hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible. Using the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is, a refusal to let your mistake be corrected and an unwillingness to try again. So, Spirit is saying that if you find yourself going, oh my God, I haven't done this like in 3 hours. That's it. I'm done. I failed. I give up. And you just throw it away. That is telling Spirit your kind of unwillingness to correct errors. And I'm going to tell you, all sin are just errors. And guess what? All errors can be corrected. All mistakes can be corrected. It's just a mistake. You are not bad. You are not sinful. You are not unforgivable. It's an error. Errors can be corrected. Just the way they set up the practice periods is showing a mirror to you. It's like pushing you to recognize how easily you condemn yourself when you think you've failed at something. You haven't failed at anything. It is an error that can be corrected all day, every day. It's whether you can recognize that and simply say, oh, no, just a mistake. I can correct that. God corrects that, helps me correct that. It's easy. It's a correction. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in his teaching by your mistakes. He can be held back only by your unwillingness to let them go. So when you hold on to these mistakes and you're unwilling to let them go, Holy Spirit can't get through to you to help you just make the correction. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapses in diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. This tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it rather than give it power to delay our learning. When you say, oh, that's an error, and they call it, maybe it's a slight weakness, get past it. Oh, it's a mistake. Okay, back again. Oh, like it's an oopsie, back again. Back again, back again, back again. That willingness alone is showing your strength and your conviction and devotion to see past all of these illusions and get back to the only place that is real. It is your light, it is your love, it is your divinity within, which is your divinity without, it is your connection. If we give it power to do this, we are regarding it as strength, meaning our focus on our weakness and are confusing strength with weakness. Do not give this power, because that is not where your strength lies. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you have merely made a mistake. We put so much power. There's this strong, icky vibration to the word mistake. We need to water that shit down. A mistake is all it is. It's just an error. It's bloop. That's it. I think even from when we were young, on our first jobs, we were told by our boss that we're scared to make a mistake. Don't make mistakes. We've been told since we were young. That word is so heavy. Maybe to some it's not that heavy, but to some or many it's a heavy word. I don't want to make a mistake. But here Holy Spirit is watering this word down as it's just a mistake that can be easily corrected. Just flipped. This calls for correction and for nothing else. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, and that's what we're trying to do. We want to get out of that merry-go-round of holding on to the first mistake, which leads to the second mistake and the other mistake, and because we just haven't been able to let go. Just let go and make the correction from the very first moment of realization. Oh, it's just a mistake, just an error. I can correct that though. Done. And we really do. We get on that like carousel. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against the truth. Let all these errors go by recognizing them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware. You are one self, capital S, united with your Creator, capital C, at one with every aspect of creation and limitless power, in power and in peace. This is the truth, and nothing else is true. Today we will affirm this truth again and try to reach the place in you in which there's no doubt that only this is true. Begin the practice periods today with this assurance, offered to your mind with all the certainty that you can give. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Limitless power and peace. Knowing that that is your true self, being one with your Creator and every aspect of creation. Drink that in, folks. It is Easter. We just celebrated Passover. We had Good Friday a couple days ago. I mean, it is just a beautiful blend of understanding. We are all light. We are all one self, one with our Creator, one with all aspects of creation. Know it, feel it, believe it, drink it, digest it. Lesson 95. I am one self, united with my Creator. God bless you all. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And whenever this video finds you, and it doesn't have to be on Easter or Passover or Christmas or your birthday, whenever it finds you, it is for you. It's meant for you. And thank you so much for sticking to the end. God bless you. Have a beautiful one, dear souls. I realized yesterday's recording, I did not record the last part of lesson 95. So I am adding this in, and we'll be modifying the recording because it's so important. And how did I miss this entire page? I can't believe it. So we ended with I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again slowly and thoughtfully, attempting to allow the meaning of the words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am one self with a capital S. This is so important. How did I just completely miss a whole page? And I need these lessons now for myself. And I was going to say, I'm recording this second part the following day, realizing I didn't even take my own advice. I was faced with a situation where that turned my nervous system upside down, and I didn't even put these words into practice every hour. But that is why it's so necessary to do it at the start of every hour, or when you can remember, because things are going to come up. Life, really unexpected stuff may come up to throw you, to test your shakeability. And you want to be unshakable. This will help you become completely unshakable. And yet, years of doing this, it does something, things will still rattle me. And I know I will get there. I don't know where there is, because this is kind of an eternal dance. This is an eternal work in progress, but that's okay, because that's what evolution's all about. But I am one self, not the little self, the capital S self. Repeat this several times and then attempt to feel the meaning that the words convey. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's Son, one self with one Creator and one goal: to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness and the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world. And let the light in you come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. You are one self in perfect harmony with all there is and all that there will be. You are one self, the Holy Son of God, united with your brothers in that self, united with your Father in His will. Feel this one self in you, and let it shine away all your illusions and your doubts. This is your self, the Son of God Himself, sinless as its Creator, with His strength within you and His love forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you and to cast all your illusions. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind that is this self, the holy truth in you. And this was supposed to be done on Easter Sunday. I'm doing this the day after. It doesn't even matter. But boy, it is just so in alignment with the holidays. Passover, Good Friday, Easter, all of it. It's incredible. Do not forget today, we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world. And heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. Be vigilant. Do not forget today. I forgot yesterday, but I'm doing it today, which is all that matters. And I'm not even going to crucify myself for forgetting. It is not about that. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible, and understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of the truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace. Your own acknowledgement you are one self, united with your Father, is a call to all the world to be at one with you. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea and tell him this: you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. Anybody you come across that triggers you, irritates you, just know that He is connected to the one Creator, as you are, as I am. and we are just all one with the Creator. That is the capital S self, because there's only one self. And when you are faced with dilemma, anxiety, old traumas, actual experiences, self-inflicted or not, we are battling with two selves in those instances. And this work is trying to always remember, like on autopilot, there's always one self. And that error, that memory, that trigger, that irritating individual, which is a trigger, that circumstance is immediately corrected when you can go on auto default that remembrance of only one self. Because remember, we have like the angel on our shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. That is the big self and the little self. Ego and truth of who you are. I need to remember that, especially in these days of the things that are kind of going on around me. Absolutely, this lesson is always applying to all of us, but it's funny how circumstances will come up to actually put this into practice. It's as if the circumstance was self-designed. It was a designation for this step in the up-leveling process, in the undoing of the mind process. We ask for these things sometimes just to really firm up our faith that this is the truth, that this is the truth. So God bless this. God bless the shit. God bless it all. Okay, so lesson 95. Again, I am one self united with my Creator. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, who loves us both as one. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you and I love you and God bless you. Have a blessed one. Mwah.